Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest mini box coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And bro, this new box is some heat. It is so heat. I'm taking off the robe. I'm taking it off, boys. I am literally taking off the robe. That is how heat this box is gonna be, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at a new box called Photon of Galaxy, which is gonna be adding a bunch of new cards into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. It's gonna be adding some new kite cards. We're gonna be getting Photon, laxy-Eyes Dragon. We're gonna be getting some new Ghostrick support, taking a look at a bunch of new stuff in today's video, in today's mini box review. And shout out to Konami for giving us some kites cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for a mini box, not a main box. Like, I dead ass thought they were gonna skip a mini box and then release this main box for Kite in celebration of him being unlockable in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. But nope, they actually graced us with putting his cards in a mini box, which is just amazing. Whether or not it's gonna be a complete deck to play in Duel Links, who knows? But at least Kite's Ace Monster is actually in a mini box, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna be taking a look at all the SR and UR cards in today's video for this new mini box. If you guys are excited, you guys know what to do. Leave a like on the video down below, sub to the channel for more Duel Links content, and without further ado, let's go hop into today's mini box review. This is gonna be my first impressions on everything, so if I have some wacky ideas, that's why. It's my first impressions on these cards. Also, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think on this brand new box. And yeah, let's just go hop into today's Duel Links review. Psych! I actually gotta go shout out all the amazing YouTube members that support my channel. Big shout out to Hazard ASMR, Caboose 1241, Hope to Cruise, Mr. Kalo 1354 for being YouTube members at the Chaos Dragon Pioneer tier or above. Thank you guys for your continued support. And now let's get into today's mini box review. The first card we're gonna take a look at is the cover art card of this new mini box, laxy-Eyes Photon Dragon, which is also obtainable through Kite skill if you want to go that route. This card right here is a light level 8 dragon effect monster. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing 2 monsters with 2000 or more attack. During the battle step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can target that opponent's monster, banish both this card from the field and that target, return those banished monsters to the field at the end of the battle phase. And if you banish an Xyz monster, this card gains 500 attack for each material it had when it was banished. This card has 3000 attack, 2500 defense, and it is not too shabby of a card. The real thing is going to be how easy it is to get 2 cards with 2000 more attack on the field, because this card is a really powerful card. It just really depends on how easy it is to get monsters with 2000 more attack. Now, some of the cards that we're going to talk about in today's video will be able to help out with that, and also some of the cards you can get from Kite's event is also going to help out with that. There's some really cool Photon support that you're going to be able to obtain from the current Kite event if you're watching this on January 25th and whatnot, or, you know, just watching it close to January 25th. So there is that right there going for it. And yeah, this card's effect is really good when you get it out on the field, because when you battle one of your opponent's monsters, you can choose to just banish both Photon Dragon and your opponent's monsters to really play around your opponent and stop them, depending on if they have any big monsters, which is very powerful. And Photon Dragon does a great job of capitalizing against Xyz monsters, because if you attack into an Xyz monster and banish both Photon Dragon and that Xyz monster, fun fact, the materials actually goes to the graveyard. They don't come back to the Xyz monster when the battle phase is done. So due to that, your opponent's Xyz monster is not going to have their abilities anymore, which is great. And that's why laxy-Eyes Photon Dragon just really conquers against Xyz monsters, which is really cool. And on top of that, it gains attack if you do attack an Xyz monster. But still, the effect alone, where you can target an opponent's monster and banish both Photon Dragon and your opponent's monster until the end of the battle phase, is really good. It is really, really, really good. And depending on how easy it is to get this dragon monster on the field, it's going to be very annoying to deal with. And also, what's cool about this card too is that it's a you can special summon effect. So if you have any other ways to special summon dragon monsters, there you go. So something to take a look at, that's for sure. This card's very cool, and I'm very curious to see what impact it's going to make in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, that is for sure. Next up, which is just an insane thing to see right here, but somehow, some way, we're getting Abyss Dweller in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Now, whether or not this card is going to make an impact, who knows, but it's still a very powerful rank 4 monster to get in Duel Links. Is going to be a fantastic card for the rank 4 toolbox. We have Abyss Dweller. This takes 2 level 4 monsters to summon into Abyss Dweller. So again, super generic summoning requirement, which is amazing. While this card has a material attached to it that was originally water, all water monsters you control gain 500 attack. You don't really care too much about this effect. That's the boring effect. What you really care about is the once per turn effect, quick effect. You can detach 1 material from this card. Your opponent cannot activate any graveyard or any card effects in their graveyard this turn. This card has 1700 attack, 1400 defense. Super, super, super good. This is like a pocket Necro Valley, basically. Like, if your deck runs level 4 monsters, and your opponent has an annoying deck that utilizes the graveyard a lot, you can Xyz summon into this card and stop your opponent from activating any of their card effects in the graveyard, which is super good, because as you guys know, there is a ton of decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links that utilize the graveyard to go for a lot of combo pieces. I mean, heck, even Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes occasionally goes into the graveyard for plays, like, you know, the White Stone of Ancients utilizes its graveyard effect to filter back a Blue Eyes back to your opponent's hand. You can use something like Abyss Dweller to stop that from happening, of course. For me personally, somebody utilizing Abyss Dweller against my Levianeer deck can be very annoying. So it's really cool. It's kind of like a pocket Necro Valley in a way. Still, I'm not too sure how well this card is going to make an impact in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The fact that it is in Duel Links is very nice, because again, you never know when a meta deck is going to come into the game or it's going to utilize the graveyard all the time. So being able to stomp that with a generic rank 4 monster like Abyss Dweller is going to be a very good side deck card, or a very good tech card in the extra deck, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic for tournaments. Since it is an extra deck card, you can tech it into your decks and potentially summon into it in your duels climbing its rank PvP. Very cool card. Happy to see this card in Duel Links. Next up, we're going to take a look at the last UR card in today's video, Photon Thrasher. This card is going to be really good for going into Laxy-Eyes. It's a level 4 light warrior effect monster. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be special summon from your hand while you control no monsters. Cannot attack if you control another monster. Has 2100 attack and 0 defense. So yeah, first of all, it's a photon monster, so this is a photon monster with over 2000 attack. It's going to be helpful for summoning into Laxy-Eyes, and also the fact that you can special summon a 2100 beat stick is also kind of nice too for some other decks if you want to, which is really cool. So it's a cool card. It's a level 4 monster, so you can help, and it can help to go into some level 4 Xyz summons. You can use it for synchro summoning potentially, since you have that special summon effect. And yeah, it's really good for Laxy-Eyes, because again, it's a photon monster with 2000 or over 2000 attack, so it's going to help out to summon into your boy Laxy-Eyes, which is cool. That's why it's a UR. So if you want to like play a kite deck and you want to, like, you know, play that character deck, that's where you're going to want to use. You're going to want to use Photon Thrasher for that, which is cool. Moving on to the SR cards in today's video, we have a generic rank 6 monster right here called Photon Strike Bouncer. Okay, I've never seen this card before, so it's going to be new to me. It's a warrior Xyz monster. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's side of the field, you can detach an Xyz material from this card and negate the effect, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. This card has 2700 attack and 2000 defense. For a generic rank 6, this is actually really good. Also, it is a photon one. I don't know like what photon monsters go to level 6 in order to go for a play like this, but still, it is a generic rank 6 anyways, so you can tech this in like a Hazy Flame deck and go to work. And yeah, this card is actually kind of cool, because yeah, once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach one of your materials to negate an effect your opponent activated, and also on top of that, inflict 1000 damage. Most likely going to get nerfed to 500 once it gets added into Duel Links, but yeah, that's definitely a solid card if you get it out on the board. If you can figure out a way to get it out turn 1, very powerful rank 6 monster, that is for sure. I like it. I think it's really cool. Next card we're gonna take a look at right here is some new Ghostrick support, which is really cool. We have Ghostrick Alucard, aka Ghostrick Dracula. Ooh, spooky. This is a rank 3 dark zombie Xyz monster. It takes 2 level 3 monsters. Monster your opponent control cannot target face-up Ghostrick monsters or any face-down defense position monsters for attacks except this one. You can detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one set card your opponent controls, destroy that target. You can use this effect of Ghostrick Alucard once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one other Ghostrick card in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. This card has 1800 attack and 1600 defense, and not too shabby, and I really like the theme of this card right here. That's cool that Ghostricks have a little vampire ghost to go along with them. I like that. And yeah, this card is pretty cool for a couple of reasons. So it's been a very long time since I've seen Ghostricks seasons of play. So I'll try my best to kind of explain why I like this card, but again, I haven't played Ghostricks in forever, so I'm not too sure. Still, if you combo this card with Floodgate type cards, you can flip down your opponent's monsters and then utilize Alucard's effect to pop that said monster, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can recycle Ghostricks if this guy gets into the graveyard, which is cool. And the fact that you can have your Ghostricks protected through Alucard is also pretty nice too. So comboed it with some powerful back row, you got a good thing going for you. Pretty curious to see what Ghostrick's gonna have up their sleeve with this Xyz monster in Duel Links. It could potentially promote a toxic stalls fest. So I'm not looking forward to that, but it's cool to see that a deck that hasn't seen that much play in Duel Links could potentially be pretty good thanks to this mini box. And I think there's some other Ghostrick cards in this set too, so we'll take a look at that. But yeah, cool card. Next up, we have a new Steelswarm card called Steelswarm Roach. This is a generic rank 4 Xyz monster. It takes 2 level 4 monsters. During either player's turn, when a 5 or higher monster would be special summoned, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, negate the special summon if you do destroy it. 19 on attack, 0 defense. Really good card for the Blue Eyes White Dragon meta. This is a fantastic tech card to tech in your deck if you have a deck that can spam out rank 4 monsters. So if you go against a set of Kaiba and you go turn 1, definitely summon Roach so you can stop your opponents from special summoning their Blue Eyes White Dragons. That's actually really good. And also this card is going to be fantastic for just in the future for any other decks that special summon 5 or higher monsters, which Blue Eye's not the only deck that does that. There's going to be other decks in the game that are going to do 5 or higher monsters. So Roach, pretty good tech card. Another fantastic rank 4 tech card to help out in Duel Links. Very cool. So the next card we're going to take a look at is number 70, Malevolent Sin. Completely butchered this card's name, but look at that. It's a creepy spider. Oh no. This is a generic rank 4 insect Xyz monster. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it until your opponent's next standby phase. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, you can make this card gain 300 attack, and if you do, increase its rank by 3. Huh, what a weird effect. I like the first part of this card's effect where you can detach an Xyz material from this card to bounce one of your opponent's monsters until the next standby phase, kind of similar to Junk Archer. So that's cool right there. And then, yeah, I mean, you can make this card gain 300 attack, which is cool, but I wonder what benefit you get out of increasing its rank. I don't think there's any cards in the game that really would benefit that. Maybe if there's like a skill, I guess you can combo with the skill. That would actually kind of work out for some of the skills where depending on how high the rank is, you could boost its attack. But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything for that rank increase, but still, it's really good to have that little detach effect right there. That's really good. Next card we're going to take a look at is Photon Lizard. This is going to be a light level 3 dragon effect monster. You can tribute this card and add a level 4 or lower photon monster from your deck to your hand. You can use the effect of Photon Lizard once per turn. So that's cool. This is a nice little search card for photons. Yeah, while the effect is really cool, and I guess what you could do is that you can Photon Lizard and then you can get out your boy Photon Thrasher, and since you did tribute on Photon Lizard, you're gonna have no more monsters on your side of the field. So I guess yeah, you just summon Lizard, sack it off, search for what was his name again? I completely forgot. It's like, 3 a.m. for me, my bad. But yeah, so you can search for Photon Thrasher and then special summon Photon Thrasher because you have no monsters on your field. I guess that's kind of cool. But then what are you gonna do after that is the real question. Who knows? But still, not a bad effect. I like that. It's not a bad card. Next up, we have Photon Vanisher, another SR card to get for your Photon deck. It's a light level 4 warrior effect monster. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be special summon from your hand while I control a Photon or Galaxy monster. Cannot attack the turn it will special summon. You can special summon a Photon Vanishers once per turn. If this card is special summon, you can add 1 Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand. An Xyz monster is summoned utilizing this card on the field as a material gains effect. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. This card has 2,000 attack and 0 defense. Not a bad card whatsoever. This card actually has a lot of positives for the deck. 1, if you have any of your Photon monsters on the field, you can special summon this card. 2, potentially utilize this card as tribute for Photon Dragon or for an Xyz summon of a rank 4 monster, which is really good. On top of that, you can search out for your Photon Dragon, so if you don't have that in your hand, you can use Vanisher to search that out. So not bad, not a bad card. I like that a lot, and this is definitely something to consider getting for your Photon deck if you're going to play a kite deck in Duel Links. Next up, we're going to take a look at this card called Gagaga Head. Okay, this is a level 6 Dark Spellcaster effect monster. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing as a level 4 monster. When this card is normal summon, you can target up to 2 Gagaga monsters in your graveyard except Head and special summon them. Also, you cannot special summon the monster for rest of the turn except by an Xyz summon that only uses Gagaga monsters as material. An Xyz monster summon utilizing this card on the field as an Xyz material gains effect. It fills Xyz summon, draw 1 card. This card has 2,100 attack and 2,000 defense. So cool. This is actually a really cool card for the fact that, yeah, it's a nice little play. It's a nice little late game play where if you're like, your back is against the corner, got no other plays, you draw into Gagaga Head, and your opponent has a bunch of monsters, you just summon Gagaga Head, utilize its ability to summon it without tributing, and then you target 2 Gagaga monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and go for a spicy rank 4 play with your boy Gagaga Head, which is really cool right there. So that's a nice little new card for Gagaga cards. I don't know if it's going to really be used in the Gagaga deck, but it's still a cool card to consider, that's for sure. Next up, we have a very goofy looking card right here. Well, not that it's goofy, but the name is goofy. We got dododwarf, Gogogoglove. Very, very, very weird name. Anyways, though, it's an Earth level 4 rock effect monster. During your main phase, you can special summon one Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. If you control a Gogogo monster, except dododwarf Gogogoglove, while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You only can use this card's effect once per turn. So yeah, this is just pretty good for just rank 4 summoning. Because, yeah, you summon this card, and then you special summon one of your other Zubaba or Gagaga monsters, and then go for an Xyz play. Then, if you have a Gogogoglove monster in your graveyard or on your field, then you could summon this guy from the graveyard and then go for another Xyz play. So you could potentially do 2 different Xyz summons with this card, depending on which Xyz monsters you summon into and whatnot. Like you can summon to, like, you know, Gagaga Samurai, then pitch Glove to play Samurai's effect, and then you have like another Gogogoglove monster on your field, and then you special summon Glove for the graveyard, and boom, bada bang, you got a couple rank 4 monsters. So that's kind of cool. I like this card. It's actually going to probably see some play in Yuma decks, which is pretty cool. So I like it. Next up, we got a reprint. We got United We Stand that is getting off of the mini box and is finally going to be available in this new box, which is really cool. So shout out to that card not being locked in the selection box mini. This card states the equipped monster gains 800 attack and defense for each face of monster you control. So very cool right there. You're just going to see a lot of rookie players just use this card more in rookie rank. Pog Champ, because yeah, this card did not see that much play whatsoever, and it will still not see any play whatsoever. Now, a card that could or may or maybe, who knows, could see some play, probably not. We're going to take a look at this card called Hammer Shot, the last SR card to take a look at in today's video. This card states destroy one face-up attack position monster with the Eyes attack. If it's a tie, you get to choose. What's cool about this card is that it does state that it's just a destroy. I believe it doesn't target, so that's cool. That's awesome. You gotta love that right there. So non-targetable removal. We already have Fisher and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I'm not surprised that Hammer Shot is getting into the game, but who knows? Maybe making a 3 Fisher for 3 Hammer Shot toxic deck would be a fun thing to do. That kind of does sound fun, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'll consider making a meme deck a thing. Who knows? But yeah, very cool to see right here. Nice to see this card. I remember utilizing this all the time in the DS game, so it's nice to see that this card is getting added to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And one thing I always thought as a kid, for some reason, I always thought that this was like fire as a kid. I think it was due to the fact that the DS had such a low resolution, so you couldn't see the full like card detail and whatnot. But yeah, as a kid, I thought that even though it said Hammer Shot, I thought this was like a bunch of fire from far away. But again, the DS's graphics is like close to 144p, so my bad, boys. But yeah, I always thought this was like fire as a kid, which is funny. But yeah, it's definitely hammer, hence the name Hammer Shot. And would you look at that, that's actually going to be it for today's mini box review on this brand new mini box that's coming out in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. At the time that I'm recording this, I do not know when we're going to be getting this mini box release, but hopefully it's going to be in a few days from now, so be on the lookout for that. If you guys did enjoy today's video and you have not already, leave a like in the video down below, sub to the channel for more Duel Links content, and I'm going to hop on out of here because I need to go to sleep because I got work in the morning. So have a good night, everybody. Thank you all for watching, and see you later.